week we'll find out who's tanking. Like
Mhm.
this is something, and it's not normal for organizations to allude that teams are going to be, you know, attempting to. I don't want to say like tank. Like I feel like teams are convinced that the best way for them to have success this coming year might be really to tank. And I'm struggling right now to pull this one up, but we just got it. So where is it? There we go. Sorry. But right here, look at this. You didn't we already went through our top 13, and now we just got to at number 13 Miami, at 14 Atlanta, at 15 Dallas, at 16 Phoenix, at 17 Chicago, and at 18 Memphis. All good teams. And these would be right here the 9 best teams in each conference, basically. I mean, I think there's a little bit more Western Conference teams than, which is normal. The West has always been deeper. More people would rather live on the West Coast than the East Coast or in the Midwest. But I look at this, and you see teams that either kept the same roster or made jumps. Let me hear your reasoning why you had Miami at 13, Atlanta at 14, Dallas at 15, the Suns at 16. I was trying to fight that sneeze for like halfway through that. The Suns at 16, the Bulls at 17, and the Grizzlies at 18. Let me hear why you had that, and then I'll give my reaction.
So I think, and you'll probably think this too, this is the one that'll get people going, I would imagine, because I have some takes here. I mean, I'm going to lump Miami and Phoenix in the same thing here. I mean, these were kind of almost powerhouses in the last couple of years. I don't think Kyle Lowry is the same Kyle Lowry. I don't think Chris Paul is going to be the same Chris Paul. They'll still be good, especially in the regular season, but dude, I mean, the whole Phoenix drama concerns me, but I'll start at Miami. The reason Miami's up there is you have plenty of star-studded players, Jimmy Butler, Bam Adebayo, and Tyler Hero. I guess I'll throw him in there as well. But, depth. I just think that they've lost their window, or maybe that's the wrong word choice, not lost their window, but I think that they need to make some adjustments either as the season goes on with Duncan Robinson or by the end of the season, at the end of the season, the off season. All 6 of these teams, I wouldn't be surprised if they were significantly better or significantly worse. I think Miami, I'm not going to go as far as say they're a playing team, but I think they're around that cusp. Atlanta's really good. They made some good moves, but my concerns are defensively. It's just defensively. So we'll wait and see with that. Dallas, you can't count out Luka. I think Zach Lowe chose Christian Wood as 6th man of the year. That's fair. I don't think Christian Wood would be on the bench for very long because he's a dynamic scorer. I mean, he's a 20-point per game scorer. Even off the bench, he's a 20-point per game scorer. I don't think you can keep him on the bench for long. And even if he is coming off the bench, JaVale's not seeing more than 20 a night. So Dallas is one of those teams where 52-30 last season. Jalen Brunson was a big loss, but Spencer Dinwiddie was a big gain. We'll see what happens with Jaden Hardy. I wouldn't be surprised if Josh Green breaks out. I feel like they're middle of the pack right now until I see a little bit more. Phoenix, kind of what I was talking about. I have huge concerns for Phoenix. That's why they're at 16. I think they're a play-in team this year. Same thing goes for Memphis. I don't have long-term issues or concerns with either basketball team, but I think that Memphis isn't going to hit 56 this year, in my opinion. I don't think Phoenix will hit 60. I think Memphis more so low 50s would be generous for me, which I wouldn't be surprised with. Some people are already questioning Ja Morant's fit. So Chicago, no Lonzo Ball. I was listening to an athletic podcast earlier today that has Chicago as the 10th seed. I wouldn't be shocked, but I really don't think that'll happen. I think that Andre Drummond, Goran Dragic were 2 huge additions for the bench. It's going to come down to when's Lonzo coming back, how's Lonzo look, and also is DeMar DeRozan going to be the same DeMar DeRozan?
So let me react to this. Okay. I'm going to go backward, guys. Memphis, every time I make a Memphis video, I'm surprised that the Ja Morant not sucks, but is a detriment to the team. It has gotten louder. It started in the playoffs, but I swear the rhetoric for people saying that. Like, I don't believe it. I think the team's better with Ja Morant, but they're like, the offense is completely different when Ja's on the floor. All right, but I think Memphis. It comes down to how the young guys that they're expecting to take a jump, Zaire Williams, Desmond Bain, who's already taken a jump, but really just solidifying his play, John Conchar, Santi Alabama, Brandon Clark just got an extension. We'll talk about him later. And just the rest of the team. So those are the question marks. That's why I understand they're at 18. Chicago, they were the best team in the league before Lonzo got hurt. What was it? I said 30 and like 11 or something like that, or 21 and 10.
Yeah, 21-10 something
in the first 30 games, something absurd. And if DeMar's the same guy, if everyone's the same guy except for Lonzo, and I would assume Dalen Terry and Goran Dragic all, make an impact, and then Andre Drummond make an impact, I don't see no reason why this team can't be, the 10th best team in the league or one of the best teams in the Eastern Conference. And then when Lonzo comes back, they're just going to be even better. They're a team with a plethora of riches. I just think the question is defense and how will everything fit, and will everyone be, will Vooch be able to look like the guy he was 2 years ago when they traded for him? Because people don't realize that Vooch actually had a down year last year. Like,
he looked good in preseason.
Yeah, he did look good in preseason. Looks like he really took care of his body this year, and he's also a guy who can actually play defense. So it's just getting the team to buy in right there. Suns, I think there's more questions with the Suns. When you're a top team for so many years, there is a time when you take that fall. And I think that time is nigh. Not that I don't believe in Chris Paul. I just feel like, and Chris Paul has beat, Father Time for a long time. I just think it comes down to, is DeAndre Ayton that guy? Not a lot of teams thought so. Okay. No one really wanted to offer him that guy type money. And it seems like the Indiana Pacers only did it because they didn't have anybody else to offer money to. And they kind of just thought like, hey, we either get him or we just fuck over the Suns. And like, Dallas could be really freaking good. They could be just as good as the last year. They could be better. I mean, I don't doubt anything with Luka Doncic. It's just, will the lost Jalen Brunson be that big? I don't think so. I think this team is good. And they got myself Facundo Campazzo, mi primo, mi hermano de Argentina. He signed to
me. They officially signed Facu?
Facu, yeah. He flew over this weekend. He flew over this weekend, hung out in Dallas, met everyone. And then they announced this weekend that he was going to sign today or tomorrow. He passed his physical today, and he has officially signed. He is a Dallas Maverick as an hour ago.
Wow.
Yeah. And it's like my video popped off. I have so many people from Argentina talking in there.
Nice. Let me check it.
Yeah. If you look at it, it's all people speaking in Spanish, and I'm like responding some of the comments in Spanish. They're all like Argentines. So Facundo Campazzo, we got ourselves Spencer Dinwiddie, we got yourself Luka Doncic. I really like the Dallas Mavericks, and I think they're a little higher if I had to do my own power rankings. I just think as long as you have Luka Doncic, it's kind of like Nikola Jokic. I don't get why Nikola Jokic got the respect like that, and we're like every year, as long as Nikola Jokic is on this team, people are like, they're a contender. But now, still, even though Luka's here, people don't give Luka that credit when he's just as good, if not, potentially could be a better player. I know he's a few years younger. Atlanta, I think Atlanta's team's another team that should be higher. I just personally think they're at a good spot right here because I love DeJounte Murray. I love Trae Young. The questions are the depth on this team, and then Clint Capella, if he's the same guy he's always, that's fine. But we need John Collins and DeAndre Hunter to really be, because this team has a starting lineup that should be a championship caliber starting lineup if everybody was hitting their potential. But it's just fulfilling that. And then Miami, it's just beating Father Time. They're running back the same squad for year 4 now.
A minute.
So it's will this work? Now let's move over to the next power ranking.